my name is Alex the Polymath, and this is my presentation on imaginary numbers and also complex numbers. So let's start with the basics. So what is I? I just means the square root of -1. So this means that I squared is just -1 because the square root times a square, they just cancel out. Continue on with that. I to the third means -I because you have -1, which is I squared, times 1. Oops, and I, because I to the power of 1 is just I, so that's -I. And then finally, you have I to the fourth, which means 1, because I to the fourth can be broken up into I squared and another I squared, which is -1 times -1, and that equals 1. So what are some more powers of I? I to the fifth. I to the fifth equals I, because it's basically I to the fourth times another I, and I to the fourth is 1. I to the fourth is 1, and I to the power of 1 is just I, so I times 1 is I. So I to the fifth is I. And then I to the sixth is I to the fourth times I to the power of 2, and that is 1 times -1. So that just equals -1 again, because 1 times -1 equals -1. And then this one's kind of interesting. I to the power of 100 also equals 1, because it is just I to the fourth multiplied by itself 25 times. So it's just 25 different times. But what are complex numbers? Complex numbers have a specific form, and their specific form is a plus bi. And a and b can just be any number in the equation, but I is an imaginary number, of course. And then here's a complex numbers problem or example, multiplication example. 3 plus 2i times 4 plus 3i. So you use your FOIL method to multiply the 3 by the 4 first to get 12, the 2i by the 4 to get 8i, the 3i by the 3 to get 9i, and then the 3i by the 2i to get 6i squared. That becomes 12 plus 8i plus 9i plus 6i squared. And that can be simplified into 12 plus 17i minus 6. And that can be even simplified even more to 6 plus 17i. And that is it for this presentation. I hope you enjoyed this.